Cristiano Ronaldo stood in the heart of Munich, tears welling in his eyes, as Portugal lifted the Nations League title in one of the most dramatic finals football has ever witnessed. It was more than a trophy, it was a personal triumph, a national celebration, and perhaps a fitting epilogue to a legendary international career. The final against Spain had everything: passion, history, intensity, and moments of brilliance. Two Iberian giants going toe-to-toe on the grandest stage, with legends and rising stars battling under the pressure of national pride. And at the center of it all was Ronaldo, still standing, still scoring, still leading. The game began with Spain asserting early dominance. Martín Zubimendi, showing the poise of a seasoned striker, tapped in the opening goal in the 21st minute. The Spanish fans erupted, believing their unbeaten run and last year's European Championship glory would carry them to yet another title. But Portugal, and especially Ronaldo, had other plans. Refusing to be silenced, Ronaldo orchestrated the equalizer, dancing past defenders and threading a perfect pass into the path of Nuno Mendes. The flying fullback didn't hesitate, burying the ball and bringing the Portuguese fans back to life. Spain struck again before half-time, with Pedri delivering a sublime through ball to Mikel Oyarzabal. The man who broke England's hearts in the Euro final added another crucial goal to his growing highlight reel, putting La Roja back in control. At 2-1, it seemed the momentum was theirs once more. But Portugal, resilient as ever, came back in the second half with fire in their hearts. Ronaldo, defying his 40 years, showed why he remains one of the most feared forwards in world football. Lurking in the box, he latched onto a deflected pass and slotted home the equalizer with ruthless precision. It was his 138th goal for Portugal, a mind-boggling number that speaks volumes of his longevity and hunger. The battle between experience and youth was symbolized in the duel between Ronaldo and Spain's teenage prodigy, Lamine Yamal. The youngster, hyped as the future of Spanish football, found it hard to break through Portugal's disciplined defense. Ronaldo, on the other hand, let his actions do the talking. As the match wore on and tension escalated, Ronaldo was forced off with an injury late in the game. He watched the rest of the contest from the sidelines, every pass, every tackle, every shot feeding into the nerves. Extra time came and went with no breakthrough. It was destined for penalties. When the shootout began, the pressure was almost unbearable. Spain, confident after their semi-final heroics against France, looked composed. But Alvaro Morata blinked first. His missed penalty swung the pendulum toward Portugal. Step by step, they inched closer. And then came Ruben Neves. Calm, collected, and full of purpose, he stepped up and drove home the decisive spot kick. The net rippled, and in that instant, the Portuguese bench exploded in celebration. Ronaldo, from the sidelines, fell to his knees, overcome with emotion. Tears flowed freely. For the man who had given everything to his country over 2 decades, this was a crowning moment. Not just another trophy, but a symbol of enduring greatness. A reminder that even in the final chapters of a career, heroes can rise again. The scenes that followed were unforgettable. Teammates rushed to embrace Ronaldo. Cameras caught his raw emotion, joy, relief, pride. The Portuguese fans sang his name, perhaps for the last time in such a grand setting. And in that moment, all debates faded away. This was his story, his night. Spain's journey to the final had been brilliant. Their 5-4 semi-final win over France had many labeling them as favorites. Their young core, disciplined play, and tactical sharpness had earned them respect across Europe. But in this final, they came up against a Portugal side that simply refused to lose. The contrast between the two teams was poetic. Spain, full of promise and youth, looked toward the future. Portugal, led by their eternal warrior, played like a team fueled by legacy and the desire to finish a glorious chapter with a full stop. Lamine Yamal may go on to rule world football. Pedri may win Ballon d'Ors. But this night belonged to Ronaldo and Portugal. As the trophy was hoisted into the Munich sky, Ronaldo joined his teammates on the podium. Bandaged but beaming, he lifted the Nations League trophy with both hands, his face reflecting every emotion imaginable. He had done it again. For Portugal, it was more than just a win. It was proof that their golden generation still had one last roar. For Ronaldo, it may be the last time he leads his country to silverware, but what a way to do it. This final will be remembered not just for the goals and drama, but for the emotional weight it carried. It reminded the world why football is more than just a game. It's about heroes, about stories, about legacy. And in the tale of this final, one name will shine brightest: Cristiano Ronaldo. He may have walked off the pitch injured, but he walked back onto it a champion. From Madeira to Munich, the journey of Ronaldo has been one of sheer willpower and brilliance. And as the curtain slowly begins to draw on one of the greatest careers of all time, nights like these ensure his legend will live forever. For every young fan watching, this was a lesson in perseverance. For every aspiring footballer, a lesson in greatness. For every neutral, a night to never forget. Portugal's victory will be celebrated, analyzed, and relived for years to come. But its beating heart, its soul, will always be the moment Ronaldo, eyes filled with tears, lifted the trophy high.